Hi, I'm Tom Mayers, and this is Land's End Marina, and Land's End's been here, well, since 1913, and we've had a marina here since 1956 or 57, so I am going to make this video to just show some of the things that we do at Land's End Marina and have done over the years. And I'm just going to see how it turns out, and maybe it'll be the first of a series, or maybe it'll be the last of a series. So this is Tom Mayers, and I'm just going to show you a couple of the things that we do here at Land's End Marina. As you can see, we've got two boats here, and one is a 14-foot 6-inch Clark Mills design fishing skiff, and the other is a 14-foot Clark Mills design picnic cat. So the boats generally need a bottom job about once every year. So I've been using Trinidad 75 paint, and these are two boats that we've been maintaining over the last 20 years or more. And so each year we need to bring them up, paint the bottom, and put them back in. So it's a good thing to have small boats so that you can handle them yourself. Otherwise, you're pretty much stuck with going to a yard. So these are our boats that we do here on a regular basis. The fishing skiff is just a flat bottom fishing skiff. I have a 25 horsepower on it, and I built it here, oh, I don't know, maybe 30 years ago. And it's been in use ever since, and sometimes it spends a whole year in the water. And the sailboat was built here maybe 30 years ago, and it spends all of its time in the water. So what we're doing with the sailboat is we've pulled both boats up with rollers, and the rollers are, we have PVC rollers, which are the, you know, like sewer pipe type rollers that are 6 inches in diameter. And they seem strong enough, and we use wood rollers also, but the wood rollers are, yeah, they're just a little heavier and harder to deal with. So the PVC works if you can use something lighter. That makes sense. So after we roll the boats up, and we use a car to pull them out with, and we just get rid of the PVC rollers. We scrape the bottom. That's what you can see here is the bottom of the 14-foot picnic cat that Clark Mills designed. And so it looks pretty good. It doesn't look too bad after a while in the water. And you can see where the paint's chipping off. And what we'll do with that is we'll just kind of hit it lightly with a grinder, vibrating sand it a little bit. Put some primer on it, usually two-part primer, you know, that's either, you know, well, different kinds, international paints, or, you know, the all grip, or some type of two-part primer, just locally wherever the problem is. And then we'll put fairing, you know, underwater fairing, two-part epoxy. We use epoxy for everything here, and then we just go ahead and fair it out so it looks, it blends into the rest of the bottom, and then we'll lightly sand the whole bottom, and then just put a coat of Trinidad 75, probably 2 or 3 coats actually. And so I just wanted to show you basically what we've got here. If you look, we have the boat held by the top of the mast. We have the halyard, which goes and is tied off a tree there. And then once we pull it over, the boat has about 300 pounds, or maybe even more, maybe 500 pounds of weight in it. I'd say at least 300 pounds. And so anyway, the halyard, we pull it over with the halyard, and 2 people can do that fairly easily. We tie it to a tree, and then we put a safety line on it. And the safety line is, of course, just that, a safety line. So if anything happens, somebody releases it, or it breaks or something, you have another line so that nobody gets hurt. So this is how we've done boats here for years, and it's just a good practical way of doing small sailboats. And then once we paint the bottom, we'll put the rollers back under it, and we'll shove it back in the water right here. So they say that real estate is location, location. Well, Land's End Marina is the location here, and we were raised here as kids. My family had it. All the kids were raised here as kids, and we have a beautiful pass right here that goes out into the bay, from the bay to the Gulf, and we have manatees and porpoise, and we've had this big dock here, and we've been a pleasant place to live all these years. We've done limited marina activities. So right now you see the big boat here. This is another Land's End project, and we keep ending up running short on funds with the project. So it's a 54-foot boat, and it's just sort of, I'm a fan of Clark Mills, and these are all his design boats, and I guess if you have a favorite designer, you really just don't need anybody else. But this 54-foot boat is a project that's 9/10 complete, needs a coat of paint, needs some deck hardware put on, and be ready to sail. This is the inside of the sailboat, the deck, and it's all molded fiberglass, and it was built by Clark Mills and his son Fred Mills. So I was fortunate to get one of the first hulls and the deck, and I put it together myself. So I actually built the boat, but I used the parts that they made, the hull parts and the deck. And then I think Compact Marine, Hutchins Marine, up in Clearwater is building these still today, and a new one cost about $10,000. They have a gaff rig. That's how Clark Mills originally designed it, and I'm just particularly not into gaff rigs because I haven't sailed with them that much. So not having sailed with them, I go with what I know, and this is just a simple Marconi type rig. It's just a cat boat, main, no jib. Here's a better look at the Clark Mills 54. It's a shoal draft. It draws 3 feet, has a dagger board, and it's much like that little 14-foot picnic cat that you just looked at. And it's made for Florida waters, shallow draft, so that you can pull it up right up on the beach, and that you can bring it into shallow harbors. Has a diesel engine in it, and it's made for just coastal cruising is what I would say. Is it's a coastal cruising boat. So this is Land's End 54, and over to the left you can see the mold that it was made out of. And I had hoped to make more, but I didn't get enough interest to make them, so I just built one for myself. And so that's Land's End Marina, and I'm Tom Mayers, and I just hope you enjoy this, and if it works out, I'll try to make some more. Thank you.